You didn't get denied because your credit is bad. You got denied because you're looking at the wrong credit score. Let me say that again. You didn't get denied because your credit is bad. You got denied because you're looking at the wrong damn score. Yeah, I said it. And it shouldn't make you mad because nobody's really explained this to anybody. Ever. You keep getting denied and you feel like you're getting nowhere with your credit score, and then it begins to compound and you're like, you know what? This credit game just ain't for me. I'm tired of this. Because honestly, it is very exhausting if you truly don't understand where to find your credit score or what credit score to even look at, or even better, what credit score lenders are truly pulling when you apply for anything. And it's even more confusing because every time you turn around, everywhere you look, there's a different credit score. American Express shows you a FICO score. Capital One used to show you a VantageScore. Now they show you a FICO score after the acquisition with Discover. Now that merger isn't even 100% complete yet. They're still working on it. Then the sad truth is Navy Federal gives you a Vantage credit score. Yes, Navy Federal, the largest credit union in the world, I believe, gives you a Vantage credit score. Citibank actually gives you a FICO score. Pretty dope. Chase Bank, they still give you a Vantage credit score. I don't get it. How can such a wealthy bank cheap out on one thing that's very important, your credit score? So in today's video, I'm going to really clear it up for you and make you understand what credit score actually matters and where to find them. Because it's not just one credit score, as you like to see everywhere you look. You're just like, oh, there's my credit score. It's actually not just one. There's multiple credit scores that are pulled from different lenders. You're gonna wanna watch this till the end because I'm gonna show you a new FICO score that's being used, and it's really hurting the decision making for a lot of Americans, even people with top tier credit scores. So now everyone wakes up and the first thing they do is they look at their emails and then they look at their credit score. Yeah, if you're looking to improve your credit score, don't lie to me. I know the truth. You're probably looking at it 10 times a day, hoping that it goes up 1 point, 2 points, something you want it to move, but you're looking at Credit Karma. Let's be honest with each other. Everyone looks at Credit Karma because it's what? It's free. And I'm here to tell you the bad news that Credit Karma is not a credit reporting agency. Credit Karma is not an actual entity that focuses just on credit scores. They are an advertising marketing machine that shows you a Vantage credit score. A Vantage credit score is one of the most uncommonly used credit scores out of all credit scores in the entire credit world. I know that's wild, but they give it to you because they're getting it for free. Yes, you heard me right. They're literally getting it for free because they're trying to sell you different products. They try to give you some of the worst bad credit cards, some of the worst auto loans, some of the worst car insurance rates, some of the worst personal loan rates, because guess what? Every time that you apply, they get paid. Yes. So I want you to ask yourself a serious question here. If Credit Karma has never sold you a credit score, how do they make money? How can they be so profitable that they're still operating? Let's put it up on the screen so you can see it. I want everyone to truly understand this. Credit Karma in 2025 made $2.3 billion in revenue for the full fiscal year, representing a 32% increase. They make money primarily through a freemium model, earning commissions from financial partners when users are approved for recommended financial products like credit cards, loans, and banking services. Listen, I love how it said the freemium model, because that's exactly what it is. It's a free premium model that is a cash cow for Credit Karma, all while you still get denied because you're super confident. You're like, yo, I got a 740 on Credit Karma, let's go. You're so happy. Then you walk into the dealership and they're like, bro, you got a 620. What are you talking about? And then the dealership literally laughs at you. It's the biggest laugh that dealerships get when someone says, but my Credit Karma score says that I have a 740. And they're like, oh man, here we go. Here we go. But even crazier, Credit Karma was actually sued by the FTC. Let's put it up on the screen also so everyone can see. In 2022, they were actually using deceptive pre-approved claims, leading to a $3 million settlement. The company falsely advertised high approval odds, causing consumers to waste time and suffer unnecessary credit score dips from hard inquiries. The FTC began distributing over $2.5 million to roughly 50,000 affected customers in late 2024. before. It literally took them 2 years to distribute $3 million. And I don't even think $3 million was enough because way more people were affected than 50,000. If you were affected by Credit Karma telling you were approved and you got denied and you didn't get a settlement, let me know in the comments. I want to see how many people are truly out there that have been affected by this because this is wild. So as you can see, Credit Karma is not a reliable source. But then you have other models that are giving you FICO scores. But nobody's ever told you which one actually matters. There is something called FICO industry credit scores that nobody really knows about because a lot of people don't talk about it. But let me repeat that. It's called an industry-specific FICO score. So if you apply for a mortgage, your mortgage score is going to be completely different than your actual credit card score, otherwise known as a bank card score. And your auto loan is going to be completely different score also. Yes, there's multiple different scores that lenders actually pull. So now let's put this little chart that's actually been my trusty little friend for like the longest time, and I always sent these to all my clients so they can truly understand what exactly I'm talking about. This is your industry-specific FICO score chart. So the most commonly used credit score is going to be a FICO Score 8, as you can see at the very top, most widely used. And always remember, FICO is used by more than 90% of lenders. Let's repeat that. More than 90% of lenders are going to use a FICO scoring algorithm of some sort. But if you're going to apply for an auto loan, they're going to look at your auto score 8. It's very rare if they falter from any of these scores that I'm going to tell you. If you're going to apply for a credit card, the next line, it's going to be your FICO bank card score 8. And as you can see, there's other models, but very, very rarely that they actually go away from FICO score 8. Now, if you're going to look for a mortgage loan, you're going to be using a FICO score 2, FICO score 5, and FICO score 4. Yes, all three of them potentially at the same time, or one of them, or it could be a tri-merge. It's pretty crazy how deep they go into mortgage lending because it is one of the most high-risk loans of all types. So of course, Credit Karma doesn't show you any of these scores, but then go into American Express, Chase Bank, go into your Navy Federal account, and you can see that you're not going to see any of these scores for free. You can go into your free Experian app that's giving you your free FICO score 8 and see they're not giving you industry-specific FICO scores. Nobody gives them to you for free. And it personally drives me crazy that every time I need to pull my credit score to see where I'm at before I apply for something, I gotta go pay for it. It makes no damn sense. But everybody in the world wants to still give you a free credit score that's pretty much useless to you. Now, of course, there's a number one place that you can go to find all of your FICO scores. And when I say all of them, I mean all of them, including your industry-specific FICO scores. And of course, that's gonna be my FICO. Depending on where you're at, it could be $39.99 a month, or it could be $49.99 a month. Yes, depending on where you're at, which in my personal opinion, it should be illegal. It should be one price all the way across the board for everyone. But of course, it's not. Now I'm gonna put my little trusty little chart back up on the screen here so you could pause the video, and I want you to screenshot it and save it on your phone in your pictures under credit scores. So you can actually have it or save it in your notes somewhere so you can always have it and refer back to it anytime you're going to apply it to something so you can have more clarity and you're not applying blindly and getting a bunch of hard inquiries and then getting denied. But also understand, it's not just about your credit score. It's about your credit profile as a whole. Your credit score is just a baseline. They're gonna look at all of the factors for your credit score that are actually going to help them make the decision. Now let's put the next chart up on the screen that says breaking down your credit score, because I want everyone to understand what they're actually looking at. These are what we call the 5 factors of credit. It's not just your credit score. You can have a 780, you can have an 800 and still get declined because they're gonna be looking at your payment history, your credit utilization, your credit age, your credit mix, your inquiries. Payment history is very simple. It's that the fact that you pay on time all the time. Either you pay on time or you're late. It's just that simple. You don't want to have any late payments. Keep it simple. We're not going to overthink this. Credit utilization, very simple. It's the balances that are owed on your credit cards. The higher your balances that are owed on your credit cards, the more your credit score is going to drop and you're gonna have a low credit score. Credit age, this means not constantly opening too many credit cards and getting too many products on your credit profile. Yes, you can have a lot of credit cards and still have a high credit score, but it still does not look good to a lender. Just gonna tell you the truth there. Now, credit mix is basically the different types of credit that you have. An auto loan, a mortgage, credit cards, an installment loan of some sort. Different types on your credit reports. And that includes for different types of credit cards. So you have a charge card, a regular card, a medical card, and a store card. All the different mix makes up some of your credit score. And then of course, the last part is inquiries. Now look at the breakdown of your credit score right next to every single one of them. For each one of those categories, those are the maximum allotted points that you can get for each category. So you truly control 550 points of your credit score. If you pay attention to exactly how it adds up, you automatically get 300 points just for playing the game of credit. So if you have perfect credit, then you have a total score of 850. Now here's the crazy part, because people are gonna come into the comments and say craziness. Yes, you can actually have a 900 credit score with an auto loan. Yes, it is totally possible. It's one of the credit scores that goes all the way up to 900. So the misconception that you can only go to 850 is totally not true. I know, it's pretty wild. It's very confusing, but just focus on this chart. So pause the video and screenshot this so you can keep it with you so you can really understand how to control your credit score, because you truly control it. It's not the banks, it's not the credit bureaus, it's nobody else except for you. I wanna give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using DisputeBeast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created that comes with the 110% money back guarantee. But specifically to Luis. Luis's credit score went up 261 points after just one round with DisputeBeast. And Jency's credit score went up 225 points after just one round with DisputeBeast. But let's not forget James. James's credit score went up 207 points after just one round with DisputeBeast. DisputeBeast's link is going to be in the video description and pinned at the top of the comments for anyone that needs to fix their credit. But let me know in the comments, is this the first time that you're actually truly learning where to find your real true credit scores? I really want to know, because a lot of people really truly still use Credit Karma, and it's wild to me. Listen, full disclosure, my wife still uses it and it drives me crazy. It could literally start a fight in my house because she's like, oh, look at my credit score, and she'll show it to me just to mess with me. And I'm like, I hate you so much, I swear to God. No, I don't really hate her, I'm just saying, okay? But there is one last place that you can get your industry-specific FICO scores for $1 on a 14-day trial. That is called My Score IQ. I'm gonna drop the link in the video description for anybody that wants to go check it out for $1 on a 14-day trial, because it will give you your specific FICO scores once you log in, and then you go to your actual credit reports, and it will be underneath your personal information. So you gotta go through all of that. Don't pay for the other one, just do the trial so you can see it, and then you make the choice on whether you wanna stick with them or not. But it's the cheapest version that I found so far, besides My FICO. Last part's the most important. Now, as I previously said, FICO 8 is the most commonly used for credit cards and auto loans. But now more than ever, we are starting to see lenders adapt to FICO 10T. Now, why are they switching over to FICO 10T? Because it's not common that they do this, because remember, they've been relying on FICO 8 for decades now. The reason being is because the economy is shifting. They want to be able to really see what is truly going on with your credit, because previously they would look at a snapshot of your credit score and your credit profile and they're done, and that's it. Now they're using AI to use FICO 10T to look at trending data. That's exactly what FICO 10T stands for. That's what the T stands for, trending data. How long have you been carrying a balance? How long have you not been carrying a balance? How long have you maxed out your credit cards and not paid them off in full? How many times did you have consistent missed payments? How many times are you actually searching for credit? All of this trending information is detrimental to everybody. So you can have an 800 credit score and still get denied, because the AI is going to decide on whether or not you get approved or denied based on FICO 10T and the reasoning behind that. Now we're seeing more car lenders use it, which is kind of crazy, and banks are starting to adapt it for credit cards because they are now deemed a more higher risk. And what we're going to see is more denials. So I want to prepare you for FICO 10T and make you understand that carrying a balance doesn't benefit you anymore. As all these influencers have been trying to teach everybody, oh, just carry a small balance, it's not a big deal. Balances now matter more than ever because you owe money at the end of the day. And that means you are a higher risk. So now FICO 10T being adapted, that's going to become a trend that they do not want to see. So I want everyone to be prepared and be aware that FICO 10T is in fact being adapted more than we ever expected. And if you have any collections, charge-offs, or negative items that you need to delete from your credit reports, make sure to watch this video right here, because it's going to show you how AI will do all the work for you, mail your letters, and it comes with the 110% money back guarantee. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.